I am Barry Cooper, AKA Coach Coop, founder and executive director of the B.R.O Experience Foundation, which stands for Brothers Redefining Opportunity. When you think of men of color in society today, what's the first words that come to mind?
Community.
Pride.
Insecure.
Insecure.
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Is that who we are? What we try to accomplish is we create spaces for young men of color in communities that they say are under-resourced, and we provide sustainability. We do that through cognitive behavior therapy.
We are all afraid to say too much, to feel too deeply.
And transformational learning. And in this group environment, we support the young men with understanding that who they are and who they will become is all a part of a journey.
This dictates everything. If someone's not able to articulate themselves or find some sort of common ground or have some sort of safe space, that safe space is not always home. That safe space is not always school. There needs to be another alternative space that guys can come to and feel safe. They're able to express themselves.
Why do we oftentimes only lift up the worst in us versus talking about being, like, why was being kings and gods last?
With the good character traits of like God and King, you're not really gonna have a familiar view of that because you never been experienced that concept. You only been experienced the other side.
And when they talk about communities and they talk about young men of color in the 56th Assembly, it's not often positive. In fact, most of the gang arrests and things like that happen right here, unfortunately. So it is our job, along with our assembly member and other political leaders and other organizations, to provide sustainability for young men so they can have other outlets and they can start to create decisions that's within their best interests. 2 summers ago in Bed-Stuy, along the Malcolm X corridor, there were tensions between young men of color in that area, and they needed an organization to activate. So the B.R.O Experience Foundation, along with Bailey's Cafe and a few other organizations, took the helm with the Assemblywoman's office as she provided services and funding for us to create a positive environment in that area. We did it for a whole summer, and we did some great work. We were able to bring young men from various communities to the Malcolm X corridor for healing spaces, and it was amazing. And we look to continue to work together to create more spaces like that. When I hear the word vision, what it makes me think of is being an architect of a cathedral. The metaphoric principle in being a cathedral architect is that you know that you're designing something that you may not never see fully built. And the vision that our state assemblywoman, Stephanie Zitterman, has, it's almost like the cathedral builder architect. She knows that it's too big for her to do on her own, so she needs other architects who are willing to come in and not do it for ourselves, but do it for generations and the generations after.